Hello Sagittarius, so I'm doing your weekly tarot for May the 9th to the 16th. I'm going to take a look at what is going on in your situation. We'll find out why it's happening. We're looking at what's going on in your blind spot. We're figuring out what it is that's working for you, and of course we're seeing how it is likely going to play out as well. Okay, right, so Sag, just to let you all know, I have been changing up my equipment recently. Okay, so I've had to reinstall everything. If you find that there is anything that is not quite right with the setup or anything like that, or if there's any lag coming through, please just let me know, okay, so I can get it all fixed. The sound and everything as well. As far as I'm aware, everything is working okay, but obviously with you being the viewer, you're going to spot things that I might have missed. Okay, so yeah, if you just let me know if anything's off at all with the new setup, and I will get it fixed straight away. Okay, right, so you have got a really interesting energy coming through here, Sag, to start off with. A lot of feminine energy, right? So it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, right? Literally makes no difference at all. You've got both of these are the divine feminine energy, right? Now, this could be indicating that you're tuning more into your own creativity, your own intuition, your own desire to nurture, okay? Or this could be you're dealing with a divine feminine, or you are a divine feminine. Again, just take it as it resonates, right? A lot of twos. So the number twos is going to be really prevalent for you guys this week. It sometimes can indicate a union, right? Now that can be an external union, as in someone else that you're dealing with, like you guys finally making things official and the union being that way. It can also be your internal masculine and your internal feminine energies, your yin and your yang, coming into harmony with each other, which is the point that we're all trying to get at, okay? So the state of being and the state of doing working together in harmony, right? So you've got blessed and yin. Now, your first message, something wonderful that feels unearned and unexpected. An unforeseen gift from spirit, divine intervention, which is really rare to get divine intervention. A sacred partnership with unseen forces. Okay. And, oh, is that not in focus? Yeah. It took a while to get there. And then you've got the feminine principle of receptivity, letting someone else make the first move, gathering information and taking in cues, and the art of conscious allowing. 22 and number 2. All right. So we're going to dig a little deeper into this, Sag, and we're going to find out exactly what the frick is going on. As always, I never ever leave the readings open-ended, okay? I always get advice and guidance at the end. Right, so can you tell us more about this energy for Sag, please? What's the message here with all of this feminine energy coming through? Oh, okay, that was a little bit aggressive, actually, which is the complete opposite, like usually. It's the complete opposite to the feminine principles. The Ten of Pentacles, off balance. Okay. You're the one that has to hold it all together then, Sag. Without you, it just wouldn't work. So there's a lot of responsibility that's on your shoulders. Interesting. Right, so what's going on with this Ten of Pentacles? Why has it come out off balance? Oh, okay. Right, so the way that the deck feels, it does feel really quite heavy. A little bit chaotic as well, Sag. So there's disruption likely going on within a family situation, okay? Is this saying that you feel like it is your duty to hold everyone together, to keep the family together, to keep everything all together, right? It's possible that there is something very disruptive that is going on this week, and it could be within your home, okay, with that Ten of Pentacles off balance. Yeah. The Five of Wands. Disruption. Trials of strength. Something's pushing you to your limits here. It could be financially. It could be the financial strain might be pushing you to your limits this week. And you trying to figure out creative ways of maybe how you can bring in additional income, right? I feel that there's something more to this, though. Let me just get another deck for you. I'll just let that one sort of rest a minute. I do cleanse all of my decks in between every single reading, okay? Which is how I can usually tell quite quickly that, you know, something dodgy is going on because of the way that the decks are going to handle. Like, they've just been cleansed, so they shouldn't be handling that way. Do you know what I mean? Right, was this Ten of Pentacles? That's off balance as well. The Knight of Pentacles. Oh, okay. It feels to me, Sag, like you've been trying something that's not necessarily worked or working out. All right. And the Knight of Wands off balance, you might need to change up your approach. It's possible that the approach is off, right? If you're trying to brute force anything this week, Sag, I can tell you right now, it is not going to work. I feel that Spirit's saying take the gentler approach, okay? Especially for any situation where it is quite testing, family situations, situations that are really vulnerable or sensitive, then definitely the more gentle approach is going to be the best course of action this week, Sag, okay? That's possibly why you're getting all of this feminine messaging that's coming out, and then immediately followed up with the disruptive, borderline aggressive energy that was coming out of that deck a minute ago. Okay, when you've got a King of Wands off balance, it really does speak volumes about the way that someone is handling a situation, or the way that someone is trying to make things happen, right? That is quite an aggressive approach. And I feel that that is causing a lot more problems than what it is solving them, okay? Again, with your Knights of Pentacles off balance, I feel like Spirit's saying to you guys, slow down this week. Especially, again, anything to do with your finances, your income, your job, your home, everything that contributes to your quality of life, your standard of living. It is going to require the more sort of feminine approach, the more gentle approach, the more receptive and intuitive approach, rather than the brute force, aggressive angle, okay? It's possible that there might be a bit of a family disagreement here as well, Sag, okay, that is going to require your careful, is a strange one because they're saying careful monitoring of the situation. So again, use your discernment, all right, because I've just given loads of information there, and obviously it's not going to be for absolutely everybody, okay? Not all of it can be for everyone. So let's dig a little deeper into this and we'll see what else is going on. TikTok number 30 for why this is happening, and it says timelessness, divine timing, and everything has its season. Everything has its season. Yeah. So if you imagine, again, like gardening analogies, imagine you have planted some bulbs. Let's use tulips, right? Because again, like putting human experience onto this energy, it really helps to put it in your mind's eye how I'm seeing this energy. Imagine you've planted your tulip bulbs like last year, and they've started coming through, and they're nice and tall, but the plant, like the head itself, the flower head itself, is still closed, right? It's kind of like a tulip shape, yeah? And you can see the colours just about showing through, right? But my days, you really want to see what the patterns are on this tulip, right? The temptation to maybe pry it open just a little bit at the top and see if you can see the cool pattern underneath. But of course you can't do that, because then you'll end up killing the entire flower, right? So you have to wait, be patient, let it open up by itself. It takes time, right? So just because something is almost done, almost ready, the last thing you want to do right now is to interfere with the process, because it might just fall away. Do you know what I mean? So it's just to put that imagery to what I'm feeling is going on here with this energy, okay? TikTok, everything has its season, everything has its time. Right, let's see. Why is this happening for Sag, please? With this divine timing. What's going on? The Six of Cups. Okay. Six of Cups, it can be past energy, but it can also be a gift. So we need to find out. I'll use another deck again, and I'll find out exactly what they mean with this Six of Cups. Now, there could also be a subconscious memory or a subconscious fear here that you have that is potentially making you feel like you're running out of time, or that you can't wait this out. Okay, what's this Six of Cups? Because I'm reading this as a past memory. So what's this Six of Cups? Ah, okay, the Ten of Wands. Yeah, so it likely is going to be a past memory, right? A situation of the past that you feel is repeating. Eight of Swords as well, right? Mental prison. So yeah, that Six of Cups, I mean, in a roundabout way, it can still be a gift, because the weird thing is, the past can be a gift. The lessons of the past can absolutely be a gift, right? Depending on how it's utilized, right? Which just demonstrates the importance of not being resentful, of not being bitter. Because if we're bitter and resentful, we're not going to be able to see the gifts that the past actually provided us, right? There's something really quite triggering with this energy, with the Six of Cups and the Moon, on a very deep subconscious level. And in a lot of respects, it is stopping you from proceeding, right? Because that's a very stuck energy. This one is a very stuck and heavy energy. And when you combine the two, that's literally someone's growth is being stunted, right? For why this is happening. I feel here, Sag, that you're being guided towards appreciating the cycle that you're currently in, the part of your life that you're currently in right now, right? They're also saying to avoid the whole rose-tinted glasses thing when it comes down to the past people, past experiences, past relationships. Okay. That kind of nostalgia only serves to be hurtful and disruptive. Okay. We want to get you guys past this stage and towards the point of acceptance, abundance, growth, and definitely prosperity. Okay. Nothing about this energy here screams prosperity. It screams stuck, rigidity. But having said that, you're not going to stay in that place forever, because you also have to honor the cycle that you're in. If that's the cycle that you're in right now, you have to honor that, right? And when you're feeling ready, and I mean truly, genuinely ready to start moving forward, then you're going to be able to, and not before. I feel like there's something that's brewing with this energy. Now, you can also do a role reversal on that, Sag, right? This could easily be someone else's energy towards you, and you feeling like you're not able to move on or move forward or take another move towards a specific someone because maybe they're stuck, right? You must never put your own life on pause while you're waiting for someone else to sort their shit out, okay? Every day of the week. And if you have been, then you're needing to break free from that, okay? So there's a couple of different reasons behind why this is happening. What's going on in your blind spot is going the distance, endurance, strength, the long haul, thinking long term, do not fear the occasional obstacle, harmony and dedication, okay? So do not fear the occasional obstacle in your blind spot. I feel like you're expecting further problems. I do. I feel like you're expecting further problems. I'm not convinced that that's necessarily the truth, though. Yeah, it isn't. Temperance, your major arcana that's coming out in your own blind spot. Your willingness is not what's being called into question here, Sag, okay? Absolutely not. You've already proven time and time again that you can go the distance, that you are dedicated, right? When there's something that is worth you being dedicated to, you're in it for life, right? Page of Pentacles and Wheel of Fortune. So two of your cards here were Temperance and Wheel of Fortune in your blind spot, right? There is a fortunate opportunity here that starts to unfold this week for you, Sag, that is going to require you to be dedicated to it for the long term. All right? Now, obviously, I'm not a psychic. I don't know exactly the specifics of what that's about, okay? I can tell you it is something that is going to dictate the next between 4 and 7 years of your life. So whatever this opportunity is this week, just understand that it's not going to be a short-term thing. It's going to be a long-term thing, okay? Again, could be a new job, could be a new home, a new relationship, right? But it's going to dictate the next 4 or 7 years of your life in a very positive and beautiful way with this Wheel of Fortune, okay? That this is good karma for you, and it's in your blind spot. So I feel that there are gifts here from the universe, from Spirit for you, okay? And I feel here that this entire thing has been a question about you knowing, obviously, your worth and your value, and you being able to back away when you need to back away, and then having the wisdom to know when to proceed, right? Clean it up for what's working for you, cleaning up your energy, okay? It says, get into the core of a situation, freedom from a burden. Well, we like that, Sag, because we've already seen a burden in your energy here with that Ten of Wands, right? Something that has been keeping you stuck, something that has been swimming around here in your head or in your heart. Okay. You're getting rid of what is no longer needed. That's what's going to work for you. So old energies are not worth holding on to, okay? We take, again, if this is like a memory, okay, we take the lesson either that we learn about ourselves or the lesson that we learn about humanity in general from whatever happened in the past. We take the lesson with us, not the trauma, okay? So, yeah. Let's take a closer look into this. Clean it up for Sag, please. Thank you. The King of Wands. Now, this one's in the upright position this time, Sag. We've already seen the King of Wands that came out. It came out off balance, yeah? Now it's in the upright position. Here's the thing, Sag. I feel now you're being guided towards you taking control, towards you being the leader, towards you dictating your vision for your life, in your life, right? You seeing the bigger picture, and also there's a message here about optimism. Something was going on up here where it didn't fill you with optimism. It filled you with dread. You're exchanging that now because you're cleaning it up. You get into the root cause of what these feelings of dread have all been about. You tell us more for Sag, what is working for Sag. The Ten of Cups in the upright position. Beautiful. That place of safety, comfort, security. A sense of belonging. Okay. This domestic joy. It's love. It's support. Family. Whatever your version of family is. It's total fulfillment. Okay. This is what you're actively creating, Sag. Now, for a small handful of you, you might not have been able to maybe build your Ten of Cups with the person that you initially wanted to build your Ten of Cups with. And you know what? That's fine. If that's the case, I feel like you're going to build your Ten of Cups with an individual who is far better suited for you. Yeah, milk and honey for how it's likely going to play out. The taste of prosperity. Opportunities born of authenticity. Nurturing abundance and needs being met. Okay, so yeah, your needs are going to be met. They're going to be met by you initially. Can you tell us? Oh, wow. Okay. That's quite a lot. Judgment. The Hermit. Queen of Swords. Eight of Cups. Seven of Pentacles. The Fool. Strength. And the Five of Pentacles. For how it's likely going to play out. That's under there. The Ten of Wands. Yeah, that's your current overall energy. The Ten of Wands. Feeling like at the moment, doesn't matter what you do, you're not feeling like you're actually getting anywhere, right? It's because you're holding on to old energies. And I very much suspect for a lot of you that could be another individual that you're holding on to, that is no good for you, okay? For others, it could be a thought process, an unhelpful thought process that you're holding on to. And then you turning the tables on that this week. Okay. here we go. We've got self-mastery that's coming through thick and fast. Okay. You making that final decision. You making that judgment call. Of, okay, I'm not going to waste any more time now. Queen of Swords, they do not suffer fools. Okay. They do not put up with anyone taking advantage of them. And they've got a really good grip on when if their own loud inner critic starts kicking off, they can shut that down. Okay, this is the energy that you're definitely going to be in, because you're right next to the Hermit and Judgment. Okay, so you're completely done now with those old habits or with those old connections. Again, take it as it resonates, like you're done with it. Again, just to reinforce the point of you're done with the old energies, 8 of Cups and the 7 of Pentacles, you're investing in something new. After having invested in yourself, of course, that's the obvious one, but feeling stronger and more in a position where you're able to start investing in something new. And again, just to reinforce the something new energy, you've got the Fool here as well. Okay. So you're taking a risk, you're taking a gamble, but it's not really a gamble, because you know that anything is going to be better than what you've got currently right now. That is literally that combination there, 8 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles and the Fool. Okay? So you are making the absolute right decision here, like no question of it. Strengthen the 5 of Pentacles, right? So here's the thing. Initially, it's going to be hard, okay? I'm not making out that this is going to be easy, not by a long shot. It's going to be fucking hard. But what I am telling you is it's going to be worth it, because the result that you get from the end of it, you can rebuild, right? See that 5 of Pentacles? You can build up from the 5 of Pentacles. You can build up from any number of the Pentacles, right? This is a reminder that this is not a loss for you. Emotionally, it absolutely is going to feel like a loss initially, because you've invested so much into whatever this situation is, right? So yes, it is going to be painful, but that is not going to last forever, okay? By you doing this, by you choosing a new path, you're choosing a new outlook for yourself, right? Because by holding on to all of that old energy, your outlook, do you know what I mean? It was stuck. You were stuck. This is you literally freeing yourself, okay? Can I have a healing message for Sag, please? I feel that what's going on here, Sag, is this week you're receiving a boost of energy, a boost of inspiration, a boost of, fuck this, I'm wanting better for myself. Okay, and that is propelling you forward. Okay, right, the moon's moment, synchronicity. Let me see if I can find this one. Right, so this one says something is flowing in the right direction for you when this card comes up. Everything is either already falling into place or will do so very soon. Even if you fervently believe that you create your own reality, there are times when events have an almost destined feel, and this is one of those times. You could perhaps attribute it to life unfolding and revealing the lessons that our souls need to learn in this lifetime. There is synchronicity at work. You're exactly where you're meant to be, learning the lessons that you need to learn. Everything is lining up as it needs to. So trust the process as much as you can and stay optimistic for your desired outcome. Whatever the situation you're asking about, know that it's not a random development, but it's a step along your path and is meant to teach you. The sooner you pay attention to the lessons, the sooner you'll be able to navigate your way to where you want to go. Additional meanings for this card: divine timing is unfolding. Events now have a purpose. You're at the right place at the right time. Everything happens for a reason, or there is a reason why everything happens. The moon knows exactly where she should be at any one time, and so do you. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be one of those weeks, Sag, where there are a lot of synchronistic events that are unfolding for you, okay? And none of it is by mistake, none of it is by accident. Right, so let's take a look at some wonderful words of wisdom from the Swear Tarot for a little bit of light-hearted fun at the end of your reading, okay? Don't take this deck seriously, it's just a bit of cheeky fun. Right, get advice from someone who knows their shit, yeah. So maybe someone in the legal professional, or someone who is like a psychologist or something, do you know what I mean? Especially if you're dealing with like any unhealthy attachments or anything like that, okay? Sounds like a fucking nightmare. Good luck. And love has finally fucking arrived. Nice. But yeah, that is what I have for you guys today. I genuinely hope that that reading has been helpful. For personal readings with me, my website is phoenixkeiatarot.com. The link for that is in my description box below. And Sag, if that reading was helpful for you, then I definitely would appreciate a cheeky wee like on the video. That would help me out exponentially. So thank you very, very much. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.